Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
And hello, everybody. We are back.
Yay!
That's it? You're not even going to introduce yourselves? You're just going to say we're back?
I was waiting on him.
So,
I'm Michael.
I'm Sorcerer John.
And I'm Andrew. I used to be the short one. We're kind of the same height, John. I feel like I'm a little taller than you, maybe. I know, but I was saying me, like instead of me being the short one, I used to be the short one.
No, Michael's still just a little bit taller than both of us.
Michael's still a little taller
Somehow.
than both of us.
I don't know how me and you compare up, but yeah.
Yeah, we're very close.
You're not the little one.
No. Welcome to Toy Rewind Podcast. As Michael mentioned, we are back from a little vacation. And this is just a little podcast where the three of us like to get together and talk about toy lines from our childhood and give you a history lesson, or Michael likes to give you a history lesson about how that toy line got made and ended up in all of our households. I don't think this one ended up in any of our households. But this week, we're rewinding back to, it is episode 88, and we're rewinding back to 1988. I feel like I planned that. May have, who knows? We're talking about a small little action figure line released by Tonka. This week we talk about the action figure line that was released with the movie Willow. And I keep saying action figures, but these aren't really action figures.
These are not action figures.
They're
action figures.
In action figures. There's a good term for it. Before we can get with that,
yes.
Is he
What
delayed?
was that, Michael?
What?
What'd you say?
This will be interesting to listen to. John, I believe Michael is delayed. So he said inaction.
Oh no, he did right. He seems right now. It was just that one glitch. I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. Before we get into the toy line, John, you do your thing.
Yeah. All right. So check us out on our websites over at toyrewindpodcast.com. You can always check us out over at crossthestreamsmedia.com. Also, leave us a voicemail if you go over to Cross the Streams Media. Tell us how we're doing, not doing. I don't know. We'll play them as we see them or hear them, I guess. I don't know. Andrew gets those more than the rest of us. Have we gotten any?
No.
Other than Larry?
No? Nope, just Larry.
Okay. Just Larry. I'd love to hear someone else leave us one. You can look us up on Instagram. Huh?
I was like calling the Dorksman out. Come on. Leave us a voicemail.
You can look us up on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. It's all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. Make sure you put that. We're still figuring that stuff out. We do stream some of our Toy Box showcases. What was that?
Phone noise.
Ding!
Phone noise.
I was like, okay. We do stream our Toy Box showcases over to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as we do them. I know Michael's got some stuff. I think we may actually have a slight opening on this stream if you watch us on YouTube later on. Just on one of these little figures that I have that we can open up as we go through them and talk about them. And then as you're listening to us, if you want to play along with a little bingo game, check out podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind. And play a little game as you're listening to us. Let us know if you get a bingo.
Yes.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't remember what you're going to say either.
It was something about Michael. I do remember. Sorry. We've been off for a few weeks, as you know. Yeah.
Trying to get reacclimated.
Yeah, we got to remember how this all works. So we apologize in advance if anything weird happens. But everybody good?
Yep.
It's been a good little break.
Yeah. I guess.
Everybody's ready to talk about Willow.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, my break didn't end up the way I wanted it to. So, but hey,
kind of a big break, John.
Yeah, I know. It's so upsetting to walk outside and look at it too. It's like a dagger in the heart when I see it.
It was such a beautiful red truck too.
Yes, it was, and will be again, hopefully.
Hopefully. So we've got Willow this week. Yeah, just don't look at the back end of it.
Yeah, look at from the front. It'll be fine.
It's beautiful from the front.
You know something else, Andrew? Andrew, you know something else we missed?
What?
We missed John's birthday. We were off.
We missed John's birthday. Well, that was part of the vacation. We were out for John's birthday. Yeah. Or, well, not out for John's birthday. We were doing vacations into school. We still have some vacation stuff coming up, but hopefully we won't be missing weeks. We're going to try to get ahead. But yeah, we missed John's birthday. He's now, I think when I texted him, I told him he was 80. Isn't that what I said?
I think you had me in the 70s.
In the 70s. Michael's 90.
Yeah.
And if you do your math correctly, that still puts me at 38. So we're good. But yes, happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to Care Bear also, because her birthday was just right there too.
Yep.
You know, lots of birthdays. We have a lot of birthdays in the end of May.
Karen's birthday. Now that makes you feel old, doesn't it, John?
It's made me feel old a long time.
Yeah. Also, happy anniversary, Michael. We missed y'all's anniversary, yours and Rainey's. So happy anniversary to y'all.
Yep.
Yeah. If John is 70, you guys have to have been married at least 60 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Doesn't seem like it though.
Well, that's a good. Okay, well then, if you guys are ready, we can rewind and get into it.
Rewind to 88. Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay, so really, this one doesn't have much to say about it, so it's not going to take just a minute. So, like Andrew said, this came out in 1988, along with the movie Willow. It is a 3-inch toy line that was put out by Tonka. Of all the characters from the 1988 movie Willow, the line consists of 14 different figures. 13 of those were carded, and one of those was a mail-in. There was 5 figures that had horses with them, and then there was 3 different vehicles that were exclusive to Sears. I think my thing's not scrolling. And then you had 3 collector sets that had 3 other figures in each set, and then you had a 2-headed monster as well. So that is probably the grail of this series. Is that
it's definitely my grail of this series. So
yeah,
what is that thing actually called?
It is called a Ebersisk dragon, and
I refuse to say it because I know I'm going to say it wrong. But
the name
in the movie, it never calls it by name.
Yeah. But they named it after Ebert and Siskel
and Ebert.
Siskel and Ebert, yeah.
Siskel,
for some reason.
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah,
but they did it backwards so that it was harder to tell.
Yeah. So,
I mean, but it's actually a really cool item because of everything they put into it with a little bit of
there's going on with some of their reviews and stuff. Yeah.
You're yes.
Yeah, you keep delaying. I'm like,
hopefully many people are watching this on YouTube and seeing Michael's amazing Japanese movie skills because he's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So we've got the Eberisk. Where are we at, Michael?
Okay, so and then like I said, the 3 exclusives were like vehicle type things for they were Sears exclusives. You had a Castle Catapult, you had a Nockmar Mongonal, which is something similar. It shoots projectiles. It's some medieval firing cannon looking thing. And then there was a chariot as well with 2 horses that also came with it. So it comes with that chariot actually comes with a Nockmaar lieutenant. So
I feel like they need a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeep Wrangler. Yeah, the chariot. The chariot had, like I said, it had a Nockmaar lieutenant, but he's different, kind of differently than what the actual figure was in the single line, as well as the Mangonel. It has a differently painted Nockmaar warrior figure, and then the catapult has a differently painted rebel trooper that comes with it. So it's pretty much the same figures. They're just repaints of what comes in the singles. So, and then
Right, hold on.
So
Let's see if he
John,
catches
so
back up.
since we'll see if he catches back up. So
because that Willow figure, the figure that is a man, is the.
Are you there, Michael?
it's very this is going to be fun to edit.
He's muted again. Who muted him?
He muted himself.
He's having technical difficulties with his computer again. It's fixing to go out of video probably.
Yep. So let's talk about these, John, because you have them, and Michael.
I do. I have.
Maybe come in and talk about them.
Let's see if Michael can get back in. But I do have the 14 single figures, which includes the 1 Melon figure for Nabisco, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Was that right, Michael? Nabisco?
Nestle. It was Nestle. Yeah.
Hey, he's back.
I'm back.
So, and like Michael was talking with the recoloration of the figures, they're the same figures, but the Willow Melon was more of a turquoise shirt on them, whereas the other 2 carded figures were blue.
I believe it's a tunic.
A tunic
shirt. What's the difference between the 2 carded versions of them, John?
The 2 carded versions of Willow is one is Willow, and the other one is Willow with the baby. Which, of course, the whole thing about Willow is to save the baby. So.
I thought you were going to say it was somebody else, but you're like, it's Willow, and then it's Willow with a baby. Like, I was like, he's going to... No, that's the wrong one. You were holding the... You moved the wrong one.
Right. Well.
Yeah, so you got Willow and Willow with a baby. So literally, is it the same figure, just one has a baby?
It is the same figure, same color, same everything. It's just they came out with the baby, which
they probably would have made.
They
probably would have made $10 more had they did the baby by itself.
Right. I mean, they're identical figures.
Oh, I was about to say one looks like he has a goatee, but that's just the
glare off the deal.
Yeah. Okay. And all these figures have a base, right? They all have this resin base.
They do, and I actually have if you want to go through the figures, or do you want to? I'd like to open one up.
Yeah,
I have a duplicate, but I don't think it's a resin base. I believe it's more of a metal base.
Is it a metal base? Is it die cast?
I believe so.
I think the bases are metal. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. But they're not what is the figure? What is the figure made of? Is it a plastic or?
It's the hard plastic, unless you get to
the baby.
The baby. But like the wand is not a hard plastic. It's softer, so it can move. The swords,
soft plastic, yeah.
The swords are softer plastic, so you can't hurt anybody with them.
Oh,
so they did that on purpose, from what I was reading or watched and everything.
I think they're supposed to do that for safety reasons.
You're right. All your good guys have the brown base.
Mm-hmm.
All your Bad guys have the black base.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense because now if you were going to collect now and you didn't know, if you'd never seen the movie, you wouldn't know who's a good guy, bad guy.
Why would you collect these if you hadn't been a fan of the movie?
I'm just saying.
I mean,
you don't have to
we
see
we already said these are in
action figures.
So why would you collect them if you weren't a fan of the movie?
I'm just saying, you don't have to watch the movie to know who the good guys and bad guys are. You just look at the color of the base.
They're more like game pieces almost.
They almost are, and I think that was kind of what they were going with because Dungeons and Dragons, all that stuff was coming out.
That's exactly how I described these to Jude earlier when he asked me about them. I was like, they're like 2.5, 3 inches, and they're like Dungeons and Dragons figures,
right?
That don't move, like.
But the one thing, and that's the reason I got all mine carded, is the artwork, though.
The artwork is really good on these.
I mean, the artwork, and then on the back of every card has the actual movie figure, and then it's got the description of what they are doing in the movie and stuff, and then the other figures. But I mean, the artwork on these are just, I really like them.
I'm confused why you have a Willow figure that has Batman on the back of it.
Batman?
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. Because he was Mad Mardigan.
I see everything in bats.
You know?
Doesn't matter who it is.
But this was before he was Batman.
All right.
I mean, if you want to talk about someone who's been in a lot of movies, Warwick. Davis. I mean,
but how many movies has Warwick Davis been in that we've been like, hey, that's Warwick Davis? Usually we have to wait until the credits and be like, all right, which one was Warwick Davis? Because like, how many different characters did he play just in the Harry Potter series?
2.
Yeah, see?
2. He was one of the professors, and then he was one of the one that tried to steal the sword or something.
The gremlins or the goblins, or
the goblins. He was in, what was the movie with Angelina Jolie? Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yeah. My East Texas slang. Here you go. We went through all these. Me and Karen went through them all, and then of course you have the new Disney series that's fixing to come out. Which is Willow.
I mean, yeah, besides Willow, I mean, what's the other big movie that people should know him from?
Return of the Jedi is Wicked.
No. He was in Star Wars.
Yes, he was in Star Wars.
he was a leprechaun in all those leprechaun movies.
He was leprechaun. He was the leprechaun. I mean, Warwick Davis, if this was a podcast or a podcast talking about movies, man, dude has been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor. He really is.
Yeah, you don't realize it's him until you're like, oh, that's a person playing that role.
You look back and you realize that you see it in the credits or whatever. You see his name pop up or whatever. I was looking on IMDb to see what his acting. He has 90 acting credits to his name.
Oh, wow.
From 2002, started in 1983 with Return of the Jedi. He was Wicked. So from 83 to 2002, which just happens to be 38 years. I don't know how I know that, but just happens to be 38 years. He's got 90 acting credits. That's ridiculous. Dude has been busy, and a lot of these are shows like that he plays. You know, you're doing multiple episodes throughout multiple years, so he's doing episodes on top of movies. On like, I mean, some of these are like video, like just voices or whatever. But he's still got to film it. Like, you still got to get all that and record all that. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Labyrinth.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, he was in Labyrinth. Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Which is another one of my favorites.
Yeah, but he did
about a month and a half ago, I think. Yeah.
Labyrinth. Yeah. It hasn't been that long since I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Willow is Disney because you can watch it on Disney Plus. Not trying to advertise, but we can actually watch it still. It's not like you're trying to figure out how to play the VCR or something. For those that don't
So
know what a VCR is, go ask your parents.
He played Wicket in episode 4 or episode 6.
Yes.
6. Sorry. I read the number backwards. And then he played a completely or 3 different characters in episode 1.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see where he's in all of the Leprechaun movies. He played Marvin in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He did not do the voice for Marvin, but he played Marvin. He was I guess, in the robot. I mean, gosh. Okay. So, all right, back to the figures, because we're here to talk about toys, not movies.
Right.
So he's got all these amazing movie credits, and how many figures?
1, 2, 3. And that's
figures
just like
out
I
of
don't
14.
have.
And they're all the same. They're all the same figures, just different colors. But one's the same as the other one, but it has a baby with it.
It has a baby. Yeah,
right.
It's not the same. It has a baby. What does the baby look like, John?
Like a baby in a basket.
Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
I haven't.
All right. So
what else we got to talk about?
What figures are there in the single packs? Who do we have, John? You got them all there?
So we got Willow of
Warwick Davis.
Or Willow of Good. All right. So Mad Mardigan. Which is Val Kilmer, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to go through all the good guys. I have all them right in front of me.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a game. We could decide who they were based off the color of the base.
No. So Mad Mardigan, which is Val Kilmer, of course, like we just talked. Interested to see how he's going to play a role in the series coming up. Then you have the High Alden, which is kind of the leader of them, and it says a heroic wise man. So one of the things he's doing is he's trying to recruit someone to take his place, of course, as the leader of them. And the question he asked him, the power to control the world is in which finger, and holds up his fingers. And he's waiting for, they pick 3 of them. Of course, Willow's one of them. And you have to pick a finger. Michael, can you pick a finger? What do you think? The power to control the world is in which finger?
Your thumb.
They're sorcerers and stuff. So you think the thumb? You're wrong. Andrew?
It's a pinky.
You think the pinky? You're wrong.
Your middle finger.
I'm sorry.
It's none of my fingers, or it's none of the High Alden's fingers. It's in your finger.
It's in your
That's
finger.
dumb.
So, and he tells them they're all wrong. And at one point in the movie, he looks at them. He goes, "Hey, what was your initial thought when I asked you that question?" He goes, "This one." And he's like, "That's the right answer because you have the power." But sorry, like I said, I just watched the movie too, trying to get ready for this, so I have a few notes and comments. Then you have Arik, Dogbeard. I think I said that right. But
Dogbeard?
Thog. THAUGHBAER.
Is he a bounty hunter?
No, he's a warrior.
Oh, okay. He's not a bounty hunter though.
No, he's not a bounty hunter.
Okay.
But he's working and going against all the queen and all the bad people and stuff. But so you have him.
His first name's Eric.
Eric, yes.
Yeah.
AIRK.
Yeah, Eric Thalberg.
So I don't really know the guy that played him.
Yeah, I don't know the actors.
Oh, it's Joe.
That's Joe.
No idea who that is.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Joe or Bob.
By the way, John, I don't think Val Kilmer is going to be in the new movie or the show. I don't think he's in the show.
Wait, I think there's something he's doing they're doing something, I think, to bring in something from him, whether it's a past glimpse or something. Then you got Sorsha.
Okay.
Heroic warrior is what they call her, but she is actually the evil queen's daughter, or the evil sorceress's daughter, that turns against the evil sorceress to help. And then at the end of the movie, her and Madmartigan are kind of, all heads over heels, and I think they're the ones that take the baby and, make the baby a queen or whatever, and that's where the new series comes in 30-something years later. And then the Melon, which, of course, he's got the turquoise tunic, as Andrew said it was.
Tunic. The Nestle Mail-In.
From the Nestle Mail-In.
Yeah.
Then when you go to... Huh?
Is he supposed to be an elf making cookies?
I don't know. I don't know if Warwick would like you calling him an elf.
At least not in this situation. Like maybe one of his other movies where he actually plays an elf.
Right. Then you have a rebel trooper, which is still a heroic. I can't even talk now. Soldier. Just one of the troops that was with Eric in the movie, and it just shows some of their stuff. And then you have the bad guys. Let's see if I can think of ways they come into the movie. Of course, you have the Queen, or not the, it's Queen Bavmorid. All right. So she's the evil sorceress that's trying to kill the baby because the baby is destined to ruin her rule, of course. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So there's her. You have General Kell, which, I mean, he's got a skull face on, which makes him look like a monkey on here. But
I was about to say that looks like a monkey.
It's just a skull.
Yeah.
Shield facing that he wears. And of course, as we talked, the swords and stuff are not hard plastic; they're soft plastic. So if you were able to touch it, Knockmare warrior. All right, so just one of the bad warriors. That's all it is. Nothing major. Which one was it? That was it. A Knockmare lieutenant. All right, just another warrior, but he's higher up in class, and just a lieutenant.
He's got a different helmet on.
Yeah,
he's got more face covering.
Yeah, and then you have their death dog, or the evil beast, as they call him. It says evil beast, and it's just a death dog, and it looks like in the movie, it's a dog with this fur, like some type of furry thing over his head, but this actually makes him look better than what they did in the movie. I noticed that.
So the movie is this is a dog in costume, huh?
Yeah, you could definitely tell it's a dog in costume. And then this, I was like, this would have been cool if this is exactly what it looked like, but it's not. Then you have a troll that is snooping around one of the places.
With the largest hands I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And then the back of this one is actually just
his face from the movie.
Just his face. Talks about him, and when he kills one of the trolls with some type of magic, and it falls into the moat, or not even before it falls into the moat, but like the troll starts to shrivel up into this egg-shaped deal. And then the dragon, the Ibris, is what comes out of that. They kick it off into the moat, and then within a couple of minutes, it's gone from something that's this big, probably an ostrich egg, to this huge dragon that's 10 stories high or whatever it is, tall as a castle.
So it came nowhere. The dragon came from a dead troll, then, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So, but it's like the troll died and became the egg of the dragon. The dragon hatched, and within minutes, not even minutes of the show, we had the big Ibris dragon. But I do have a second evil sorceress that we're going to open up. Uh-oh. Yeah. So we can kind of get an idea of how they're done. And this is definitely metal.
The base.
Yeah, and it's got Tonka and everything on the bottom. Okay. But you can twist it and pop it off.
The base?
Yeah. Like I twisted that one. Okay, turn it this way and pull it off so the base comes off.
Okay.
And of course they have these little pegs in there that were on the base.
So it can't stand up.
It can't stand without the base. So
that's crazy.
Why what? Why would you do that?
I don't understand why you would want to. I guess they just wanted to make the base metal, so that's why they did. So it's not really supposed to come off.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to take them off, but I just noticed that it was off when I took it off. Like I said, very soft on the pointy figures and stuff. But the rest of it's kind of a little bit harder. So
good paint job?
Very good paint jobs on these. Even looking
1988, that's not bad.
Yeah, even looking through the packages and stuff, the details on them, even with Mad Mardigan, he has this resemblance to Val Kilmer. Not 100% because it's such a small figure, but I think it does really good. I think they all do really good with the paint jobs.
That's what I was about to ask. How much do they look like their movie counterpart?
They're very close.
Okay.
They are very, very close on how much they look like them. They actually took some time and thought when they made them and made them closer from what I can tell. I think the ones that stand out the most are probably going to be Mad Mardigan and Willow to their figures. And I mean,
yeah, probably because those two actors are probably more prevalent than
anybody
others.
else.
Yeah,
right. And you got the picture of Willow up here at the top, and then you can see his face. They're very close. I was trying to get the gift ones, and got outbid on those. I do want to get more of these because I want a whole set that's uncarded. Whether I buy them carded, I mean, I'm looking at probably $12 per figure that I've paid for carded. Now is what I've spent on them. But I tried to get the gift sets. I still need to get the horses. The horses, their bases, if you get the bases with them, you can set them up to where they look like they're galloping or they're rearing up on their hind legs. There's a word for that. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of those collector sets and the horses, let's go over those real quick. So we had three sets that came in. You had a heroic collector set number 1, heroic collector set number 2, and then an evil collector set. And they all came with 3 figures. Let's see. So, and one of the figures is a figure with the horse. And I should have enlarged this picture quicker. Okay, so the evil collector set, it said number 1, but it's the only one that came out. You had the Nockmar warrior, and then you had the death dog. Then you had General Keel with the horse. So you had him on the horse with this. Right. And then the heroic collector set number 1 came with Willow and Mad Mardigan with the horse, and then one of the soldiers on just one of the soldiers. So that's your 3 in that. And then heroic set number 2 was you have Mad Mardigan, you had the Eric Dumbor with the horse. He's on the horse, and you have another soldier figure as your third figure in that group.
Right.
So,
and each one of the horses, of course, is a different color.
Yeah.
But you could also get just the horses and a figure on those too. You didn't have to get the horses in the collector sets.
Yeah, so just the figures with the horses with the figure. You had Eric Thalbear. He's like on a white horse. You had General Kale. He's on a black horse. You get Mad Mardigan. His is kind of a grayish looking horse.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Nockmar Warrior. He was on a black horse, and Sorsha on a black horse as well.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's your 5 characters with horses that you could get separately. So, and then again, like we said earlier, the Ebersis Dragon. Like I said, that's a grail for anybody. From what I understand, it wasn't supposed to be released, but it was. I think there's some people in the business said that it wasn't released, and then it actually did show up in places. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the hardest things. Is it's a 2-headed dragon. It's got 2 big feet in the front, and in the back tail end there's like little bitty feet.
6.
Does it look similar to what the movie? Because I've seen parts of the movie, but I've never seen.
Yes. So the accuracy on this one is really good, and the heads turn and stuff. One's kind of down, one's kind of up, but you can completely turn them around.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the 6 small feet towards the back of it, the 2 big feet in the front, the shell-like thing on its head, and everything. And then they have, how do you call it? The fur or whatever. What do you call them when you have those figures that are
flocked? It's got flocking on it. Yeah,
it's got flocking on the back side of it, on the neck down to the back side of it, and everything. But it is actually, again, this is one that compared to the movie, you can put the screen on and hold it up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh crap, they did a really good job with the detail in this." And I found it. I'm looking at it right now. I could buy it easily for $250. It's the same one I've been looking at. It's just I haven't bought it yet.
That's hard to pull the trigger on something that much.
Right. So you're looking at, I mean, like I said, these I've been spending anywhere from $10 to $12 a piece, just for the single figures, and then $250 for the Ebrisk. And I can't spend that right now. So
it's yeah. Is that the only one that doesn't have a base? Because the horses have a base, right?
The horses have a base.
Maybe the catapult, does it not have a base? Like the vehicles?
No, the vehicles, the vehicles that they're calling, those don't have bases. They just have little plastic wheels. Even the chariot with the horses, there's nothing on it. It's just a horses.
Yeah, the horses are connected to it. The wheels, the castle catapults with rebel troopers. It's got the wheels and stuff, and then it's got some. I guess they're supposed to be like metal balls. I'd like to see if they're actually metal or just plastic. Yeah, and then the Nockmar Mongonal. Which is the one that has the little, it's like it shoots little ramming rods or whatever. So
yeah, you would catch the top of those on fire, and then it would just shoot out those projectiles. And in real life, that's what it would do.
I was about to say, not the toy.
Not the toy. You don't catch the toy on fire.
No,
but yeah,
no, it was.
I don't know what our listeners are doing. I don't want anybody to go buy one and try it with real fire. Like, we are not responsible for any houses being burned down because you do what something Michael says. So, all right. This is a very small line. One other thing that I know that came out of this, there was a Willow video game.
Yes.
For the NES. Do you guys remember playing the Willow video game?
Somewhat.
because I think we had it. Because I remember playing it, or maybe we rented it.
I think we rented it. I
know we did
remember
that a few
playing
times.
some.
I remember playing it. It plays a lot like a Zelda game, which is, I think, why we rented it. It's kind of like a Zelda meets Pokemon.
Zelda meets Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like a Zelda meets Pokemon type. You do this adventure thing. You run across. Yeah, it's just kind of
So it's Zeldamon.
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 So all right, John, you said you were spending about $10 to $12 for those carded,
right?
In good condition, right?
And in decent condition. The one I just opened was probably the least. It's got more damage to the card than, of course, the other one did.
Can you get them uncarded?
You can buy them uncarded. And
are you going to try to go for them uncarded?
I don't know if I'm going to go for them uncarded or if I'm going to just keep trying to find the doubles in the cards, because most of the ones I've seen uncarded are still
they're pretty rough looking,
$6 to $7, and yeah, they're pretty rough.
So you might as well get one that looks like
carded. Yeah, sometimes it's better just to get it carded and open it, because you get a bad card, but your figure is going to be good inside there.
Right.
So you can open it. Yeah.
I mean, just like I showed you, these are mint condition figures. They're not worn. They're not anything. Nobody's played with them. So,
by the way, John, so was that one sealed all the way around it?
Yes, it was completely sealed when I took it off.
Okay, because Michael's going to probably make fun of me. So I opened one of my turtles the other day and couldn't figure out the best way to get into it. And there's a slot at the bottom.
Yeah.
That is not sealed. So you can open it. I didn't know that.
Yep.
See, as many of these things as I've opened, I didn't know that. So that's why I was wondering, John, if you had a...
I mean, I have some that the seal it. I mean, I don't have any that are not, like, they're glued all the way around. But I have a couple that the glue is starting to come off. So, I mean, if I was to get another general call.
I was about to say, that's another good thing about getting them in cards is you can get one and open the one that has the most damage to the card or whatever.
Right.
So it may be the one you have, it may be the one that, you need to get all those back up on the wall.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need to rank these. So we're going to pull this up. We're going to rank these. Where do you guys think these belong on your lists?
Mine's pretty far down there. I like.
Okay.
I never.
I was gonna say I don't know if you remember. We start with you, so.
Yeah, yeah. You start with me. Mine's gonna be further down the list. Man, they were pretty cool. I'd put them right between Popples and Polly Pocket.
That is gonna be.
That's way.
Right between Popples and Polly Pocket.
Yeah,
that's funny. We match. Number 20 for both of us. Way down on the list.
That's 20 for you too.
Yeah, sorry. So I ruined it. I didn't wait for John. John, where's this going on your list?
No, I was looking at your list. I mean, I don't see how that's number 20 when Popples and Polly Pocket are higher.
Mine's going right above Weebles, between Dukes and Weebles.
So
still
20 on yours, just not in the same
20,
spot.
Yeah, 20.
Polly Pocket and Popples are both together on both.
Yeah. Sorry, 20 on mine also. So
I'm going to try to give these a little bit of a chance as we get into this next bracket and everything. But I guess when I got into this collecting phase of my life, thanks to you guys in this podcast, this is one that I really went after trying to get. We didn't have them as kids, but I loved the movie and I really went for these. I'm going to put these at number 1.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And put these up there because I think even though they're in action figures, they're really cool. They really open up a good part of the imagination, especially for the kids and stuff. If we had these, they probably would have been worn out, blown up, or something, knowing us. But I think we would have had a lot of fun with these. And again, these, I believe they were made to kind of match into some of the games and stuff, and kind of go the same direction as all those, especially like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. But I really like the movie. I really like these figures, the detail put into them and everything. And, you know, now they're one of my favorites, since I did spend, there's a reason I spent the money on them.
Go ahead, Michael. Or don't
go.
Don't go. Just stop talking, Michael. I'd say, I think mine would have been higher had it been marketed that way. Really, like with a full-on game, all kinds of stuff. Like I think there's a lot of potential to these. But when I think of especially how they could have gone, action figures for Willow could have been amazing. You do a mixture between the 5.5-inch figures, and you do them like we got G.I. Joe. We've got at the same year we've got Turtles coming out. We've got all these amazing figures. I think these could have been a lot of fun.
I think there could have been some actual action figures.
Yeah, if it had articulation, that's what I was trying to say a while ago. If it had the articulation, it would definitely be higher on the list.
Yeah, I think that's what kills it for me.
Yeah, right. I think it would be cool, but there's nothing. I mean, there's a lot you can do with your imagination on these, but there's not. You can't really pose them to come up with more imagination.
I mean, if you think about it, these are right down your alley, John. Because I mean, if you look at Monopoly, you look at your board games, like all of these are right down your alley.
Right.
And I was looking for it. There is not a D&D campaign for Willow.
No.
There probably is somewhere. Somebody's got one. Somebody made it somewhere.
Someone made it up.
It just makes sense. These would be great to use for that. I mean, they're good detail. They seem to be well made. It just is not what in 1988, not what we needed for an action figure to be marketed that way. Had they been marketed with board games and that way, they might have been great, you know. But with them coming out with this movie and doing all of that, they should have gotten to somebody like Playmates or somebody and made a full-on action figure line.
Now, with the new series coming out, though, these are going to skyrocket.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think there's going to be some that's going to be harder to find.
I think they'll. So you better get that Ebersys pretty quick.
Get it now before they do something in the.
For it's $700.
Yeah, and we watched the trailer, and like I said, Karen was so intrigued with the trailer. Didn't even know what the trailer was about. I just started it, and she's like, "Ooh, this looks so good." Da 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 da. And then she was like, "Oh, it's Willow." And she looked at me. I said, "Yes."
Here's the important question: would you trade your truck in its current status for an Eberisk?
No.
I had to ask.
Thousands of dollars compared to $250.
We have one thing we do. We got to find out if Larry had these. We can't forget. What do you guys think?
Oh, I'm gonna say no.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go yes since Johnson.
We gotta go.
But I'm gonna say I can give a reason why I'm gonna say no. Okay. Because if you don't know the movie, you don't know these characters, so why would you be into it?
We don't know if Larry's seen this movie or not.
Larry,
I mean, we know Larry's never seen this movie.
Never seen.
He did the same thing with Police Academy. He never seen
the movie.
That's
true. He had figures.
That's true.
Although this is a little different than Police Academy.
These are in-action figures, though. Remember?
Hey, it's Larry from the STS guys. Willow. Man, I totally remember these. They're the little die-cast guys, right? I Googled it. I think I had all of them, at least most of them. I recognize all of these. The little wolf guy, Willow. I don't know why I had so many, but I had a ton of these Willow figures. Fun fact, I've never seen the movie.
No surprise there.
No surprise he hasn't seen the movie. Very big surprise that he had almost all of them.
That is, I wonder, you think he's got an Eberisk? Because okay, I gotta say, we know Larry's collecting habits. he probably has these in a box somewhere.
Probably. Yeah.
John's like, I'm messaging Larry right now.
No, I had something else pop up. Sorry.
You should message him, John. Find out if he's got any. All right. So that's pretty funny, John. That you had a whole reasoning and it still went Michael's way.
Yeah.
I do want to say thanks to Larry for sending us those voicemails. All he does is goes to Cross the Streams Media, finds our podcast, and there's a leave a voicemail, and he just does it from his phone. He currently has left us. I think he's like 10 episodes up, maybe 9 episodes up. So we've got him for the next good amount. So thanks, Larry, for doing that. You're a great sport. So go check out Cross the Streams Media. All the links to all of our socials, everything that John mentioned above are at the top of the episode is all there, merch, everything. While you're there, check out some of our partner podcasts like the Dorksmen, the SDS Guys, Secondary Heroes, 3 Beers and a Mic, the Movie Gap, the Dan Aykroyd podcast, the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast, Front Row Negative, the Art of the Boar, Beering Ain't Easy, Hot Tub Beer, Which is More Gooder, Deep Dive into a Dive Bar, and I believe there's more coming. The network is growing. Pretty much content for anything that you're looking for, especially if you're looking for content revolving around beer. It's there. I promise. So go check that out. crossstreamsmedia.com. Check out their socials also. Leave us a voicemail. Leave us a ratings and review. That really helps us out with everything. I think we have fallen out of Ireland completely. Maybe next time I'll have an update on that. I'll get in and check it out and get an update on that. So Willow. Been a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I need to sit down. I need to sit down and watch the whole movie through. Like I said, I've seen parts of it, but never seen the whole movie through. So
I watched it, like I said, right before we were supposed to originally record this, and I was shocked how easy it was to watch again and not fall into those things that you're looking for with older movies, that how bad they really were. But it was actually still good to me.
I would say, John, don't ruin it for them, but I think that's over. Like, it's been a few years now since this came out. So
right.
Sorry, Michael.
It's good.
I know
it's got a baby in it.
Anyway, so
it's got I don't honestly know what the plot is. I know there's a little guy there's a big guy and there's a baby.
And then there's the brownies.
Yeah.
Don't forget the brownies.
All right. Now I'm hungry.
Not those type of brownies.
Okay. Special brownies?
Like the little people, littles.
Oh gosh. I have not seen the movie since I don't honestly know when the last time.
Willow's a little guy, and then there's the brownies that are
the brownies are the borrowers, the little people.
Yeah. The littles.
All right. Well, this is episode 88 because Willow released in 1988. So go watch the movie, get some collectibles. If you happen to have an eBrisk and you don't want it, reach out to John. He will pay you upwards of $5 for it, and possibly even pay for the mailing. Who knows? Depends on how nice he is that day.
For $5, I paid mailing too.
So thanks for listening.
$245 on mail. Shipping.
140. Yeah, that's it.
$250.
It's $245 in shipping and $5
for the
thanks for listening to episode 88. It's been a blast. And on behalf of the Brothers Newland here at the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.